it's a very nice exercise in choosing music that sort of fits a certain aesthetic, but I don't feel there's really much of an outlet for it. I mean, that would be an amazing thing that if, someone heard the record and was deeply affected by just one of the tunes and was like, oh, I didn't know there was a whole wave of gospel that was actually this kind of introvert. And so that sort of opens the door for them to find more music like that. That's the role of a compilation. As well as it existing in its own right as a sort of entertaining listen, it's also somehow educational as well. I'm Floating Points, and this is my Late Night Tales. I didn't want everything to be old, and so I wanted to reflect like some of the newer music in there, and I also wanted it to not be entirely acoustic either. I wanted some electronic music in there as well. And so I've got some music from some friends that over the years have made some mind-blowing music, and so they've sort of helped me shape the direction of the other part of the record as well. So I've been getting some music from Caitlin Aurelia-Smith and Carolus Coverdale and Sara Davachi, and the sounds of their records help me kind of fit the other stuff around it. This record's nuts because it's got a split in the very middle of the entire record, and it still plays perfectly. I got this in a record fair in Preston, which is north of Manchester, and I kind of grew up around the area. So I think maybe the first like little side stick comes in there, and it's just a beautiful recording, beautiful expression of soul, and there's a sort of bit where the singer has like a phrase that's kind of out of tune, and it's kind of almost irredeemable, and then the phrase after is, I think, one of the single most beautiful expressions, like phrases I've ever heard in a record, and it redeems everything about it and then some. So this is a really special record. Classic basement soul record that sounds like it was recorded with like a little lavalier mic. It's like placed there, and sort of beautiful voices. Not an exceptional performance by anyone, but again captures something very like sincere. This one was a friend of mine in Barcelona, Eva, showed me. She has a really wicked radio show on Dublab. I mean, this for me, it's just this one track on this record. Is really, really good, but it's phenomenal string lighting, and the strings are falling chromatically, but they're falling through like a phaser as well. It's like this cascade, like a waterfall of strings that are just descending chromatically, but also because they're going through this phaser, they're tumbling down, and I mean, you'll hear it. It's just so wicked, beautiful, and just a wild recording. Azimuth, John Taylor, Norm Winston, Kenny Wheeler, which is a record on ECM. And I don't really know what to say about this. It's just so brilliant. It's so brilliant. It blows my mind, this record, and these players as well. And I've got I feel I've got quite a connection with these guys because Kenny Wheeler is the composer of the record that I did the cover version of. And Norma Winston and John Taylor are on this as well. Norma's the voice of this, and John Taylor's the pianist. And so the opening track of the track that I essentially covered is a big band version of a piece I tried to play it on the piano. And this is the very first record I ever got when I was a kid. My parents got me this record. It's also on ECM. And then years later I found this one, Azimuth, which is just John, Norma and Kenny. And John and Norma's kid is Leo Taylor, who plays the drums in my band. And so sort of kind of full circle, when I didn't even realise this until we were working together, and there's Leo and I, it just sort of clicked suddenly one day. So yeah, it's nice to sort of, for it to make sense somehow, not only musically but also for it to make sense within like my life. Like it's quite a nice story, I think.